In the case of Mahesh and Others versus Union of India, Hon'ble Apex Court has held that the fact that the deceased was standing at open doors of compartment of a running train may be negligent act or even rash act, but it is certainly not a criminal act. Negligence of passenger does not have effect on liability of railways. Mr. Joshi, learned counsel, has pointed out that decision of Delhi High Court in the case of Srimati Kanta Devi and others versus the Ministry of Railway. The learned counsel submitted that the body of deceased was found into two halves. This itself shows that he did not fall from the running train and but he might have committed suicide. Hon'ble Delhi High Court has observed in para number 8 that if really witness was an eyewitness to the incident, he would have disclosed the incident to the investigating officer and his statement in regard would have been recorded by the investigating officer. The entire investigation file as well as the relevant records produced by the applicants themselves would show that the body of deceased was cut into two halves and one half of the body was lying inside the railway track whereas the other half of the body was lying outside the track. This would clearly indicate that the deceased must have been run over by the train, as otherwise the body of the deceased could not have been cut into two halves, one of which lying inside the railway track and the other lying outside the track. The nature of injuries sustained by the deceased and the manner in which the two pieces of the dead body of the deceased were lying will not be suggestive of the fact that he would have fallen down from the running train. On the other hand, they will be clearly suggestive fact that the deceased must have been run over by the train. In the present case, there was no any eyewitness of the incident. The deceased was resident of Nagpur. Nothing is on record to show that the deceased was ran over by the train. There was no any reason for the deceased to come to that area without any ticket or come under the railway train to commit suicide. It cannot be said that only because there were two pieces of body of deceased therefore he was ran over by the train. In view of judgment of Delhi High Court in one other case that it cannot be said that the deceased was ran over by the train or he might have committed suicide only because the dead body was found in two pieces on the railway track. Hence, the cited decision in the case of Srimati Kanta Devi and others versus the Ministry of Railway is not applicable to the case in hand. In the present case, there is no evidence to show that the deceased was crossing the railway track and therefore he ran over by the coming train.